Families whose loved ones face a disability face very unique circumstances when it comes to planning for the future. And the folks with me in studio today know a lot about this, and they're trying to help people navigate through what can be a confusing time. With us, James Traylor, president of Upstate Special Needs Planning, and Stan Rickel from RIT to talk about a very interesting partnership between your organizations when it comes to housing. And we thank you so much for being with us. Let's talk about this. You're spending an entire week, Disability Awareness Week, which kicks off the 24th of October, covering a number of issues that families who have loved ones, again, dealing with disabilities, can relate to. What sorts of things do they face that maybe other families don't?
Sure. So what we're focusing on is all the different groups that are dealing with disabilities. So people with brain injuries, mental health challenges, Alzheimer's, dementia, and elder care issues, as well as people with intellectual disabilities. So some of the things that they face would be how to access services, how to deal with the family dynamic of caring for a loved one as you age, and specifically with RIT, some of the ways that our brilliant minds in our local community can create technology to foster independent living and success in the home. Yeah,
and we hear so much about that. People wanting to stay home longer, and this is helping them do that. And we were just discussing this yesterday when it comes to people who have dementia and Alzheimer's. There are technologies to help prevent them from wandering, but the idea is being home is where you want to be, and if you can stay home longer, it's better, right?
Absolutely. I think one of the wonderful things that are going on at RIT right now is looking very much at the people. The technology is critical. We have the technology. We have experts. We have brilliant young students using the technology. But we've been able to also foster them to go out and look at the people that actually need the technology, and they're meeting with them and they're working with them to actually try to solve the challenges so we're not stuck in a vacuum. So I think the partnerships that we've been able to make with the community has been just one of the brilliant things that they've been putting in place recently.
Your students hear firsthand what it is families need or want when it comes to those technologies at home. And that's truly what you're all about, is trying to meet families right where they need you, right? I mean, and they do face those challenges. What about the future? A lot of parents with children who have disabilities wonder, what will happen to my child when I'm no longer here? So you face all of that with them up front, and that can be uncomfortable, can't it?
It can. You know, what we were talking about in the lobby earlier is, there's learning in the classroom, there's learning within a system, and then there's learning in the home. And the traditional model of service delivery was, let's hire a person to watch and support a person with a disability. And now, due to technology, a family member could be living in New York City, have a sibling here in Rochester, and by using technology, continue to support them and make sure that they're safe. And it's really opening up a lot of opportunities for families that maybe are a little bit more scattered.
Yeah, that's interesting. And so you've got a whole week where people can focus. Each day has a different focus, like life after diagnosis at the Family Autism Center, talking to Dr. Brian Harrison and yourself, planning for a child with special needs, elder law, planning for a loved one with special needs, mental health. I mean, it covers the whole gamut. Where can people find you to learn more if they have questions about not only the housing, which is happening, we're talking about that on the 27th, but more about your organization?
Sure. So there's a website we've set up specifically for this. It's called upstatespecialneeds.com, and we're going to be highlighting not only all of our community partners, which include everyone from RIT to U of R, YMCA, Lifespan. There's too many to name on air.
There's so many,
but also a little bit more information on the individual programs. So I think specifically we're really proud of the relationship with RIT and what we'll be featuring on Thursday.
How does it feel to know that your students are working on things that keep families together? Ultimately, that's what you're doing.
It'll bring a tear to your eye half the time. A lot of times when the students go out and meet the families, they come back and they're just full of themselves. They're so pleased with what they're doing and what they're trying to accomplish. And I think one of the quotes from one of the groups, simple but was easy: less metal, more child. And what they're really trying to do is put an interaction between the child and the rest of the family and the barriers that were there. And so it's been a kind of one of those quotes that'll stick with me for a long time.
Oh my goodness, that is really profound. That really is, and so your students are learning the real world firsthand and becoming better practitioners once they leave. This is so fascinating. And that talk, by the way, RIT Innovative Housing Showcase, 3 to 6 at Al Siegel on Elmwood Avenue. But go to their website. Again, the web address for people who want to know?
UpstateSpecialNeeds.com.
Excellent. This is fascinating conversation, and thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much.
Good luck with the week and all the focus and all the many topics you'll be covering.
Thank you.